everybody. Oh, wrong one. Uh, hope things are going well for everyone. Hold on, it's a little loud for me. I'm gonna turn it down, but then I'll rate. Oh yeah, that was really up really high. Okay. Anybody here? Because I'm probably gonna get started. Just get right into things. Yeah. So I did look it up, and yeah, just the autosave is trustworthy. So I don't have to worry about losing progress, hopefully. But do let me know about the audio, if you can even hear me, and if you can hear the game, and how loud it is. So yeah. How's everybody doing? Oh right, the fucking dog.
他のみんなも見たんだね。ああ。何か有害な化学物質がまき散らされて突然変異を起こしたのかも。私たちが眠ってる間に突然変異ってそんな短期間で起こるものかな。他に何か分かったことは？
Nobody's here, huh? Oh well.
まず電車は一本も走ってない。そもそもこの辺には電気が来てないみたいで。バスも野ざらしのまま放置されてたし。電話も繋がらへんし、ラジオも聞こえへん。警察や消防署にも行ってみたが、無人だった。警察無線も反応なし。
Oh, hello. There's someone.
スンとも言わなかったよ。
Oh, 5-10 minutes of chatting before the game? Yeah, I can't think of anything to chat about. I'm not a good streamer. So, yeah, I should have thought about that. I mean, I gave like 2 minutes of, I guess in my brain, the 2 minutes of having just the starting soon, going. Makes sense to me, but I guess that, yeah, maybe I should have had more time for people to get in and catch up, but, I'm streaming. So I will say, I guess Sundays is probably going to be my normal streaming time going forward because I got a new shift at work on Wednesday, which so now I have relatively little time to stream during the middle of the week, and I'd rather reserve that time for the Weep Club, which by the way we haven't been able to do in 2 weeks because due to scheduling issues. So yeah, just letting you know. That's yeah. Oh, another thing is I also got Master Detective Archive Brain Code, so I will be playing that after I finish World's End Club. So and then after that I'll probably do. I was thinking about Ace Attorney for gaming. I might because the other thing is like if I do a for a video where I can do the work on a stream. I might switch to that instead, but for in the meantime, because right now my videos, like the Danganronpa video is scripted, and all my other videos that I have coming up, there's one I guess I could play the game on stream, but I don't think I will. At least not for my first play. I don't know. I don't think so. And even then, it might not even be a video. So yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it up like this for now and just do gaming streams for the most part with Ace Attorney, and then I might. Because I have a video coming out next week, and with the video, my Patreon server is opening, and I'm thinking I might allow patrons to suggest possible stream games, specifically with the caveat of them being very one-off and not like anything I've played before. So probably no adventure games or visual novels in the vein of like Phoenix Wright or yeah. So because I already know I can stream them just fine. But the question is how would a stream go for an action game? How would a stream go for a platformer? I don't know. Maybe they'd be fine and normal. Maybe I wouldn't have that much to talk about. JRPGs, like I just chat with chat. I don't know.
とにかく事態を解明するための手がかりはゼロ。収穫はなしってことね。収穫はあるよ。これ。桃？リュックの中にいっぱい詰め込んできたから後でみんなにもあげるね。 ありがとう。
Confusion.
私たちこれから一体どうすれば。
They're not into that.
帰りたいけど。
帰る家があればいいけどな。なんで東京は大丈夫だろうって思ってんだよ。ここと同じで人っ子一人いなくなってるかもしんねえだろうが。
そんな生き残ってるのは僕らだけってこと？
わかんねえけど、そう考えるのが自然なんじゃねえか。あの隕石の件もあるしな。
Anyway, I asked it before, but yeah, I was wondering how you guys are doing. Hopefully well. Oh. Hey guys, yeah, we won't start. Exactly.
もしかして恐怖の大王が降ってきたんじゃ。恐怖の大王？
What?
1999年の7の月。
Oh, that's right. It took place in like this game takes place in the 90s. I forgot about the timeline. Well, it starts in the 90s. Excuse me.
アンゴルモアの大王を蘇らせるために。
Okay.
それってノストラダムス。
Oh, that's actually. Oh no, I'm familiar with the. I never actually read the prophecies, but I'm familiar with the.
今は1999
Yeah, because like I know X, the Clamp manga, also takes place in 1999 for those reasons.
前倒しにされたのかも。
Honestly, probably 20th Century Boys, but I don't remember it referencing it explicitly. But it did also have an apocalypse at the turn of the millennium,
わからないけど
as a story element.
悪の組織とかの。バカバカしい。せやけど隕石が降ってきたのは。
Oh yeah, I guess I wasn't even considering how like, you know, because I mean, part of the reasons I find Pokemon and 20th Century Boys interesting is because they're 90s properties, but they're nostalgic for like the 70s. So in that way, I figure this game might be nostalgic for the 90s in a sense by setting it in the 90s, but I don't actually know if that's a thing or part of the game.
むやみに不安を煽るのはやめるんだ。実際に東京の様子を見たわけでもないのに。
東京の様子か。本当にどうなっちゃってるんだろう。
それって
Hey, it's the thumbnail of the video.
確かめに行くってこと？でも電車もバスもないのに。まさか歩いて行くっていうの？東京まで？
Road trip.
いやいや、いくらなんでも無理でしょう。鹿児島から東京まで1200キロもあるんだよ。
それ以外に
I was literally like 10 minutes away from like this sort of inciting incident. This is where the story is going point. So I guess that's how we're starting off this stream.
関西、ここにいても助けが来るとは限らないし。夜まで。それじゃあ僕も。私もちょっとだけ頑張ってみようかな。ああ、もうだったら私も行くわよ。行けばいいんでしょ。
ジェンヌは
迷った時は困難な方を選べ。私の敬愛する宝石塚のセリフだ。
Okay, so yeah, I was listening there because I wasn't sure. I was like, is she actually gonna say Takarazuka, or is she? Did they like? No, maybe there's a thing where they can't just use the name Takarazuka as a copyright deal, because like Kakeki Shoujo uses Koka instead of Takarazuka, I think.
大阪も通んねんで。大阪にはごっつうまいもんがぎょうさんあって。行く、やっぱり行くよ。バニラの大阪行きたい。大阪には大事な用事があったりもするし。あとは。
俺は我が道を行くまでだ。
He's so edgy.
ま、たまたまその道がお前らと同じってこともあるかもしれない。
もう素直じゃないんだから。じゃあこれで決まりだね。
Oh yeah, I guess something that happened to me is I grabbed the hot pot and I burned myself, so that was a fun evening. Waiting for my fucking hand to stop hurting. But now it's just blistered, and I'm waiting for the skin to heal so it can peel off. I did not think the pan would get as hot as fast as it did. Oh shit, opening! I was this close to the opening when I played last. Oh wait, oh, baseball bat? Oh no, that's Kansai, okay. What? It's just fire breath? Okay, that's funny. Oh, that's the two legs did even worse than the oh, just the regular dog monster. Not an amazing trailer, but it's teasing some stuff, I guess, that I'll get to play around with. Or video, I don't know if this was used as a trailer. Wait, who the fuck is that? She's not in the group! Yes. Wait, am I like tripping out? Am I just like forgetting a whole ass character? No, I'm pretty sure that character was not there. So what? Oh, I just hit the wrong button. God damn it. So I'm using an Xbox 360 controller, and but when I emulate a PS2 game like Dragon Quest V, a Japanese PS2 game, the circle button is confirm and the X button is cancel. So I'm not looking at my controller. So I'm in my head the PlayStation configuration is there, but so I've been used to hitting what's on my 360 controller, the B button to confirm and the A button to cancel. So yeah. Gotta get used to that. Oh, okay. Sure, I'll just talk to everybody. Why not? I mean, it's gonna be a one-sided conversation considering Rachel is mute. Oh, they had a teacher. I didn't even... Oh, I guess there would have been a bus driver, come to think of it. Oh. Sad boy hours. I still like how edgy he is. It's funny. Keep your secrets. Oh, wait. Huh. Can I talk to her again, I guess? Oh, Pochi this time. She gonna steal this game? Okay, she at least has fucking manners. That's good. He's gonna hog every fucking ounce of that battery life. Oh, she's a game designer?
あれレイチョ知らなかったっけ？何を隠そうバカ
Wait, what?
だよね
Okay.
自分で天才って言うんだ。
前に世界ちびっこプログラムコンテストで優勝したこと
Is everybody talented? Is this a Kodaka property after all?
もっと面白いやつを作ってあげるから
Well, I mean, I guess they all have superpowers, so sure, why not?
とにかくダメ。これは貸せない。
なぬそこまで貸してくれないとはなんて強情なあもしかしてエッチなゲームやってるとか
And Pochi didn't have the room to deny it.
バスの中で見た隕石東京の方に向かって落ちていったように見えたわ地球には毎年数十個の隕石が落下してるそうだけど大きさはいずれも小さなものばかりあのサイズの隕石が墜落したら間違いなく東京はでも私はこの目で見るまで信じないけどね
I can't get over his fucking Kamen Rider Bell. Oh, Electro Rangers, okay. Different token property.
シビレンジャーってのは何かってレイチョ知らないのエレキ戦隊シビレンジャーを
Electro Sentai Shibi Ranger, I think. Nice. I do like it when the parody titles are like a full ass Super Sentai. I mean, Electro Rangers would be a well, I feel like Electro Force or something would be more likely to be a Power Rangers as title. But I also haven't been paying attention to Power Rangers, so I don't actually know what the most recent seasons are called. I know they're Ryu Soldier based, or at least some of them.
いわゆるレンジャーもので子供向け番組ではあるけどその実ストーリーの根底には哲学的なテーマも流れていて従来の特撮とは一線を画すから異性ジャンルで語っていいのか
That's a good Rachel face. Just ditto.
もう十分分かったってじゃあ無事家に帰れたら録画したシビレンジャー全話貸してあげるね
I want to watch it actually. Obviously, it's not real, but I need to watch more Tokyo anyway.
すごいでしょ
Yeah, I guess it's because like I set some goals with like my media consumption for this year, and I'd rather meet those goals before watching other stuff. And my goals are like finish Precure. We rewatched the first 2 seasons I started with, and then also finish Major. So that's like several hundred episodes.
人はどこにもいなかったけど物資だけは十分なだけ見つかったんだ拝借するときには後でお金は払いますって
Ah, yes, the Luffy school of theft. I'll pay it back later.
あの遊園地で
That said, I do think in a survival situation, like, please, like, yeah, I mean, if it's like die or steal, like, yeah, I'd rather choose to steal. Like, yeah, yeah, of course.
犯人の目的は何だったんだろう。デスゲームをさせるため。だけど、そのデスゲームのおかげで
Oh, hey, they're bringing up some of the stuff that was weird last time.
洗脳とデスゲーム。やってることがちぐはぐだよね。
Huh. Well, okay. Maybe it'll come back later. Well, I hope so, because definitely, yeah, it doesn't make sense. If everything was, yeah, like exactly like you said, so.
何が起きたのか僕みんなを助けなきゃって思ったら体の芯が熱くなってきて
Burning inner strength. No, that's a different thing.
レイチョも同じだったって僕たちどうしちゃったんだろうね 食べたカレーちょっと辛すぎなかった
Are they foreshadowing her fire breath powers?
今の辛いのが苦手な子には拷問だったと思うわ。まあ私は平気だったと思う。
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing.
そうかな。甘口のルーだったの。
Oh.
中古は昔から辛いもんが苦手やったんやな。
Look at her fucking face.
私は平気だったって言ったでしょ。
She's so angry. Literally mouse, like Saeed TV guy mentioned, like, yeah, fire mouse girl, and it's like, look at her little mouth buck tooth.
なんせ甘口の星の卵様カレーを食べて気絶するくらいやからな。あの超甘くて有名なやつでそんなのデマに決まってるでしょ。私辛いのなんて超余裕だから。3色唐辛子だし、唐辛子の上にしがれたりも唐辛子だって寝てるくらいだし。
Yeah, no, I definitely think you're right about the mouse connection.
理科の授業でもあんなのがいるなんて教えてもらってないわよ。何を食べたらあんなバカでかくなるわけ？突然変異？突然身長が伸びるくらいなら怪しい通販会社は即倒産よ。毎日牛乳飲んでる私。
Oh, that's what she's mad about. Of course. The voice acting is fun.
あの気持ち悪い植物たち、マンゴーをバクバク食べてたわよね。明日から毎日食べてみようかしら。
See, I don't mind the game having a lot of, like, dialogue inherently. But I definitely think it might work better if there was more of, like, a balance between gameplay and dialogue. Because, like, kind of, I guess I'm thinking... the game I'm actually thinking of is .hack.gu Last Recode, but I've also heard it for, like, Persona, which I haven't played yet because it's, like, you have just a gameplay loop of, like, you know, doing the school, you know, in the school stuff or in .hack.gu, like, interacting with NPCs. And then you go into Tartarus or a dungeon, and you have just a whole big solid block of gameplay with less of the dialogue. Not always the case in .hack, and I can't say for Persona because I haven't actually played any Persona game. But I was definitely just thinking, it's like, yeah, having these dialogue moments is good, but I definitely wish that during the gameplay segments there was maybe a bit less dialogue. Just so you have that gameplay loop balance of just, you know, here's the dialogue and here's the game. But, I don't know, maybe it'll be easier going forward because there's just so much to establish. Gasp. Last one? Question mark?
なぜここでキャンプをするのかって？もちろん一刻も早く東京を目指したいのは山々だが、いろいろなことが続いたからみんな疲れ果ててるだろ。おまけに夜間に移動するのは危険だ。街灯がなく真っ暗闇だからな。そんなわけで安全そうなこの浜辺で休んでいくことにしたのさ。
Okay. Hold on. I talked to everybody, right? Yeah. Well, hold on. Let me just make sure. Okay, yeah, there's stuff. Okay, just double checking. I'm not skipping anything, game. Oh, he's even got little pluses and minuses on his shorts. These designs, I swear. Oh, and his socks are fucking... Oh my god, it's... You could tell they're a Pokemon designer because they have experience with just making the designs heavily themed after a specific concept, like a gym leader or something.
なんでレイチョが配んねん。え、だってレイチョは頑張れ組のリーダーみたいな存在だし。リーダー？そないなこと誰が決めてん？え？誰が決めたんかって聞いたんじゃろかボケ！なあレイチョ、前から思っててんけど、お前転校生のくせになんでそない威張り腐っとんねん。
別に威張ってなんか。
威張っとんじゃろがい。頑張れ組のリーダーはワイや。なんでお前みたいな新参者が。
転校生とか新参者とか関係ないと思うけど。
関係あるやろ。付き合いが短いってことはそれだけ信用できへんちゅうこっちゃ。
Also, since it's a post-apocalyptic setting, I keep thinking of Seven Seeds, which I've been reading lately, which is a really good josei manga. That's also post-apocalyptic, but this is way closer to, like, you know, like there's still so much of human society left, even if like the people are gone. Where Seven Seeds takes place so far in the future that like a lot of it's gone, and so it's just I don't know, interesting thinking about the two of them. Since I'm going through them at the same time. I'm definitely gonna finish Seven Seeds within a couple weeks, I think. So this one's gonna take me a little while. Outstanding logic, you little shit. Oh yeah, I guess another thing I thought of is we have the spring anime season starting. So let's see, I watched TPK Phonium season 3 today, but also Yozakura Family and Mushoku Tensei season 2 part 2 started, so I'm probably gonna watch those probably tomorrow. But and I do wonder, I don't know, I'm partly wondering like because I don't know if I'm gonna pick up too many shows, but at least too many shows that aren't sequels to things I've already watched. But I don't know, because I never watched Freiren or Dungeon Meshi either, even though I'm kind of interested in them. But now they're like, you know, Freiren's done and Meshi's halfway done, and I'm like, I could wait. You know, they're not gonna run away and go anywhere. I can just check them out whenever I feel like it. So, Oh yes, Konosuba season. Oh, that's right. I did hear some of the episode or one of the episodes leaked because Crunchyroll is great. But no, I haven't gone out of my way to watch it because I mean it'll come out when it comes out. But I am gonna watch Konosuba season 3. Then there was another CG anime that didn't get officially picked up that I saw some discourse on. Girls something. I forgot what it was called. Looked kind of neat, but I don't know. I'm gonna check it out. It is interesting that we are getting anime that just aren't getting subtitled officially now, and fan subs are dead. So there was some drama about it getting sub too, but I didn't look into it. I just heard some things and conflicting things, I should add. So that's why I don't want to share. Possible AI generation says, possibly plagiarism. I don't know what the deal is, but it's not good. Not AI generation, AI translation.
正真正銘の
Oh, and what did you do, Kansai? Did anyone else? Okay, so I guess none of the other characters saw that. It was just Rachel. Just see. Oh.
それにしても何なんだろうねあれ新種の飛行船とか
いや違う。きっとあれは。
なあお前ら何のこと言ってんだ。
さっきからじっと海の方を見てるけどもしかして他のみん
見えないのか。
Okay. Okay. So it looked like Pochi, Rachel, and Pai saw the ships and nobody else did. That's great. Or at least not the light. Yeah.
福岡は九州で一番栄えとる都市や。あそこに行けば必ず誰かがおるはずやねんて。
あれ関西って社会が苦手だったはずじゃ。
さすがに福岡ぐらいは知っとるわ。
球団の本拠地があるからね。
だが関西、我々の目的地は東京だ。
Do we go to Kansai? Is Kansai gonna go to Kansai? That makes sense.
東京へと至る最短ルートは大分から愛媛。
Yeah, how are we gonna get over the water? Question mark.
福岡に行けば遠回りになる。
確かにそうだけど、私たちの目的は東京に帰ることじゃないわ。東京がどうなってるかを知ること。
Maybe there's a bridge. I don't know. It'd be a pretty fucking long bridge, so probably not.
歩いて東京まで帰る必要なんてないんだよね。どこかで大人たちを見つけて、その人たちに保護してもらえばいいんだ。
Sorry, I just had the mental image of they find just a random adult just living out the apocalypse, and they're like, "We're all your children now. You're adopting all of us," and it's like, "Fuck!" Just that wouldn't go over well.
警察とか自衛隊とかきっとその手の人たちが東京まで連れてってくれるはず。
ちゅうわけで、まずは大人たちを見つけるのが先決。
Hi, Titania.
そのためには人がぎょうさんおる福岡に行くべきで。
でも福岡に行っても
I like how we've been playing for half an hour, but you know we've gotten dialogue and stuff. But definitely, if you jumped in, you did not miss a lot of story progression.
だけど可能性は高いでしょ。大分なんてど田舎に。
There was a trailer that, or a video that literally like you know, see some of the mechanics and to revealed a whole ass character that we haven't been introduced to yet. So that happened. She's so mad.
そういえばパイ、大分の出身だったね。
県庁所在地の大分市はトレンディーな。
You know, one thing I appreciate, I guess, about the game is that I'll learn slightly more about like Japanese prefixes and stuff. Because I really don't. They bring them up a lot, but you know, I know some bits and pieces, but I really don't. I don't have a very good lay of Japan geographically. Not like you know America / California, where I live. Which I imagine is part of the like you know it's like a I was thinking about it's kind of like Carmen San Diego and those kind of games where you point and click around history or you know different countries and you learn little trivias about them while you're trying you know while you're playing you know the game is your help trying to track down and capture this international criminal or whatever. So here it's like a post-apocalyptic death game thing, but also you're learning about other parts of Japan and tourism and you know so yeah.
目的地は福岡で決まりや。待て、それとこれとは話は別だ。
僕も最短ルートの大分を押すよ。なるべく歩きたくないし。
福岡にはうどん、もつ鍋、明太子もあるんやで。
Who's gonna make those things? Yeah, adults that don't exist. Unless you guys are ready to do some cooking.
だったらやっぱり大分だよ。僕、食べ物の中で豚骨だけは苦手なんだ。
Dude, you have not eaten that many foods if ramen is your, like that can't be at least two.
大分には温泉もたくさんあるし、お肌ピッチピチになりたいから。なんで大分なんか。だから豚骨の匂いが嫌い。
You're such shits.
温泉の方が臭いでしょ。
また大分をバカにした。
お前ら福岡ドーム見たくないんか。見るべく福岡に
Oops, I skipped to the. Didn't mean to do that.
そんなの関係ないでしょ。
They're literally like arguing about tourism. Okay.
で、レイチョは
Let's see.
どちらに行くべきだ。
See, okay. Do they want me to play the game again, or are we just gonna go to both anyway? Or maybe the party's gonna split up, but let's see. Or do I let chat decide? Have I ever gone to a place with a lot of tourists? Yes, in Sweden. In the capital, we went to the palace, and it was pretty packed. Commodities were very expensive. Like, I was really fucking thirsty, so I spent like $8 on a bottle of water. It sucked. No, seeing the palace was nice. The roads were like there were stone roads, like brick. But since they were so old, it was really kind of not like painful to walk on, but it was definitely like uncomfortable. Because it'd been so much traffic, and like fucking literally like many centuries old. But yes, that's probably the only time, honestly. But yeah, right now I'm leaning to Fukuoka because I think trying to go the water route to Oita is a fool's errand. Since if there's no adults, then there's not going to be any way to get across with a boat. Like, these kids can't drive a boat. What are they going to do? Build a raft? Like, yeah, that seems safe. So this is obviously really dumb logic by the game's metric. So, like, really, like, it's really funny. And yeah, going by characters, I like Vanilla. Pi is real. Like, look, Pi beat the shit out of the Death Game antagonist. Like, that's a pretty good point in her book. Mocho is fine, but Genu is she's got the Takarazuka thing going on. Chuko is like, she's kind of got Kusogaki energy. She's like a shitty little rat. You got a fucking Toku fan. He's a nerd. Kansai's a little annoying, but I get it. And then I slipping the name of the other girl. Her dad's a scientist, and that makes her really smart. So I think going by characters I like, I'm leaning to Orta, but maybe I'll go Fukuoka because maybe I'll like some of these guys more, seeing more of them. So yeah, and also Titania said Fukuoka, so why not? Even Aniki is shocked. Oh, managing storage space. I assume you mean... do you mean physical? Or I assume you mean digital. Because I'm just very organized in general. Like, I remember talking to my friend and making a joke because he's like, oh yeah, I have this folder of all my unorganized stuff. And then I'm like, then you have folders of your folders of unorganized stuff. And he's like, yeah, you're right. Like, he was like, I predicted him, basically. So with that, and then aside from that, like, I guess if you're running into an issue with space and you're trying to prioritize what do you keep, the biggest thing to focus on would be availability, I think. So for anime, for example, like, obviously for something like Gurren Lagann or Evangelion, they're so fucking popular that if you want to watch them, like, you can, like, for me, I torrent, so it's relatively easy to find them. or it's but then if I'm watching something like like I actually did just deliberately went to make sure I downloaded all the episodes of Majako Meguchan in that are translated to English, because there's like 30 translated ones out of 70, and some of them have pretty low seeds, like only 1 or 2 seeds, and I was like, oh, I might run into an issue where if I want to watch the show in the future, it's hard for me to find these episodes, because I've run into issues where I started a download and it wasn't able to complete because there's aren't seeders and I couldn't find other versions of the show. So in those cases, if you're choosing between two spaces, or two things that would be taking up space, there's also like tree archive free and stuff that you can use to like look through, like it scans your drive and you can see where like data, like, oh, your recycle bins or this other file is taking up a lot of space, like it was a hibernate backup file that was taking up like 30 gigs in my C drive, and I was like, yeah, I'll do this to cut it down to half. um, so but that said, I'm also in a pretty good spot right now. Like when I built my computer, I deliberately got a 4 terabyte solid state drive for my games and programs and stuff, and I got a 20 terabyte it's 18 terabyte hard drive for like my video and anime and files and stuff. But my tower also has enough room that if I'm getting low on space, instead of like cutting down stuff, I can buy another hard drive and just put it in, and so I might get it. So I mean, I don't know what I'd be doing, because I'm I'm pretty good on space right now, but I definitely I have all of One Piece downloaded. I have a torrent started for all of Kamen Rider. And there's a thought of, right, yeah, but again, like I said, availability is huge. And for me, just also trying to be efficient. Like I previously I talked about, there was like a really cool Digimon torrent that has like all the adventure like a bunch of the shows, but also it's hard subbed. So it's like, well, for me, who likes to take screen caps and convert videos into footage, I'd rather have a torrent that's soft subbed. But for most people who are just watching the show, they don't need that, right? So so for me, like having the efficiency of being able to get one torrent for all my needs instead of having to get like one torrent to watch and one torrent to convert to footage, that's also a helpful thing I try to consider when downloading a show. Oh, are they gonna? Oh, are they gonna force me into a room? No, or are they gonna split up the group? I don't know. Anaki's such a shit, dude. I bet he chooses whatever the opposite of what yours is.
ポチが重要な鍵を握ることになるわ。ポチは絶対福岡を選ぶわ。
Nyoro, that's her name. I know it started with an N, but I was like, no, it's not Nemu. I forget.
だからね、わかるでしょ。僕はね、一緒に行きましょうよ、ポチ。僕は。
Escape into games, runs away. Oh my god, I just fucking remembered. I don't know if you guys saw, but on Super Pets Wolf and Wooly do a podcast, and I heard about it, so I decided to go check out this one part because they talked about Super Pets Wolf going to a strip club, and it was very, very funny. I mean, he handled it way better than I would have probably, but I just remembered that, and it was it was really funny to listen to the whole. It was like half an hour, so it's a in a 3-hour podcast. Yeah, I just remember I listened to it the other day, and I'm like, yeah, that was funny, a funny story. I just remember that because Pochi's awkwardness in dealing with like sexuality in a sense, and yeah, that's a lot of what Super Punch will dealt with. So.
極めて民主的な手続きによって導き出された結論だよ。 ほんなら好きにすりゃええわ。わいらは誰が何と言おうと福岡に行く。
それってここで別れるってこと？
お前らがついてこんなやったらそうなるやろな。
僕らは別に悪くないし。
わがまま言ってるのは大分派の方だからね。
ほなな。おい、何しとんねん。こっち、お前らも福岡を選んだんやろ。行くで。
Well, bye guys. Please don't die.
ちょっと待ってよ関西。中古ニョロタツ、それからポチとレイチョまで行っちゃうの？ねえ待ってってばー。
Well. Okay, that was a big jump. I was wondering like how long it was gonna take, like, you know, because I mean I think I looked up it's like a 20-hour game, but then seeing the big ass country with all the icons and stuff, it's like how long is this game gonna take?
ここまでいくつもの街を通ってきたけど、そこにも人の姿は。
ああもう関西全部あんたのせいなんだからね。あんたが福岡に行けば人間に会えるって言ったから。ちょっと何？なんでいつもみたいに反論してこないの？
大分派と別れたこと後悔してるんじゃない？
ほっ、なげあるが。
ここにモーちゃんがいたらきっと喜んだだろうな。美味しそうな屋台いっぱい並んでるし。
Is the food even good?
店があるだけで。
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
むしろ食べたくても食べられないもどかしさにキーッとなっとったんとちゃうか。
そうかもしれないけど。
ま、あいつらのことはどうでもええわ。このままここにいてもしゃあないし、移動するで。
移動するってどこに？
もうこうなった以上、東を目指すしかないやろ。ワイらの最終目的は東京にたどり着くことなんやからな。さ、とにかく出発や。
Oh, that was it. That's all Fukuoka had to offer. Okay. Wait, I was kidding. It really was. Okay, Act. Finally, we get to play some of the game.
ねえ、そろそろ休まない？いい加減、もう限界なんだけど。
そもそもなんで山道なのよ。普通こういう時は海岸線を通るのが常識じゃない？
しょうがないよ。リーダーが決めたことなんだから。
地図で見ると山を越えた方が近く感じるからね。関西は高低差のこと全く考えてないんだ。
あいつって脳みそないの？
あると思った？
I was wondering what his mood was going to be, and they're like, oh, does he even have a brain? And it just pans over, and it's just a head empty. Having the time of his fucking life. I just realized, like, everyone in this group, Kansai and Rachel are a bit slightly more sporty, but everyone else is like a fucking nerd, so it's just a huge mismatch.
あの二人がいたら関西の暴走を食い止めてくれたかも。
ここには天然系のメンバーもいないしね。
確かにモーちゃんたちがいてくれたら心が癒されたかもしれないわ。
みんな元気かな。
なあ、みんなどないしてん？辛気臭い顔しよってからに。もしかしてここに草と
Oh my
岩しか
god.
ないからか？草と岩で臭いわちゅうてな。わーしゃしゃしゃしゃしゃしゃしゃしゃ。
Laugh at your own jokes with the energy he does.
寒。
寒ないわ。どこが寒いねん。
だって今のはさすがに。
シ 白熊だってこたつに潜り込んでるレベルよ。
アホ、ワイの高度なお笑いセンスにお前らが。
待って、
なんやねん。
空だよ、空。空を見て。
雪。
雪だ。あ、ほんまや。
今日は7月31日。真夏なのになんで雪が？
もう関西が寒いこと言うから。
せやから寒ない言うとるやろがい。もしかし
They
て
mentioned Yuki, and I'm like, oh,
大王が蘇る
the character we haven't been introduced yet.
ノストラダムスの大予言か。
ちょっと何よ、どうしたの？空よ、もう一度空を見て。
You reviewing this game? No, I'm just playing it. I mean, I'm giving my thoughts, of course. Oh, yep, Yuki. Okay, yeah. No, yeah, well, because it's one of the people involved in the production is Kazunori Kodaka, and I started off streaming Danganronpa, which I've already played before, and that wasn't working out. So I decided, why not play a bunch of his other games that he worked on that I haven't played yet. So this is the second one of the three. So yeah.
あれは
Girl falls from the sky.
女の子や。
Crash Dwarf review incoming. I don't know, I've never felt like I could really do good reviews because I don't know like how I'd approach it necessarily, because I don't know, I feel like I kind of yeah, I played Death Come True. It was okay. There was some. I was pretty. The stream was fun because there's the mystery element, so there was like speculation, and it was pretty decently engaging. Definitely not very a little unpolished in a couple ways, but you know, it was just a neat, shorter, relatively experimental title. It was a fun time, and I went back through it, and I got all the rest of the achievements, and you know, so I saw that one character who was in the fucking promotional material, but we didn't actually see in our playthrough. She's literally only there for like one scene in the entire game, one of the bad endings, so that was funny.
その辺にほっぽっとけばいいんじゃない？
Oh yeah, no, Titania, yeah, last 2 weeks ago I streamed Death Come True. It used live action footage, and the gameplay was like making sure it was a kind of choose your own adventure thing, with the basically yeah with where the choices lead to different short movies linking together to form the story. Basically, that's a weird way to frame it actually, but yeah.
そんなわけいくか。気づいたみたいや。
あなたは？
わいはその頑張り組のリーダーで、みんなからは関西って呼ばれとる。好きな食べ物は嫌いな食べ物はブロッコリーとピーマンと。
そんな情報どうでもいいでしょ。っていうか、あんたいつまでお暇
What is this, a marriage interview?
毒リンゴを食べた白雪姫だってそんな長いこと抱っこされてないわ。あ、ごめんなさい。ところで皆さんは？
頑張れ組の愉快な仲間たちや。
Watch Chuko and Yuki not get along because Chuko is fire element and Yuki is ice.
私はニョロ。
僕はポチって呼ばれてる。
Oh yeah, I did. I think when we were playing, when I was playing it, the Black Mirror came up.
不愛想やけどほんまは
Because I think I had heard about that back when it was relatively new, and then I kind of forgot about it completely because I haven't really seen Black Mirror.
誰が不愛想よ。一言余計なのよ。
でそこにおるんはレイチョ。ゲームの主人公ばりに無個性な存在感の
Meta joke. Everyone else is like, ugh.
頑張れ組はこれで全員ってわけでもない。
See, I actually, like I remember making a joke in my first Danganronpa fanfic. I made a joke about one character having no personality, and then I stepped back and I realized like that's a problem. I don't like that. I don't like having that as a thing. And I made the character just like, oh, I'll make them manipulative. Like I'll add a character trait to them, and then they became like the most well-written character in the trilogy, and also the antagonist of the third one. And they're one of the like I think in a story I've completed, they're my favorite character. So that I've written is what I mean.
私は
So yeah, I don't know. I guess that's my personal take on making jokes about how your characters suck.
私は何者なんでしょう。
What the fuck?
もしかして自分
Her voice changed a little bit.
何も思い出すことができなくて
I don't know. So I thought she was doing a bit.
降ってきたことも
空から降ってきたからかわないでください。
She's silly. That's good.
ほんまみたい
Look at her dumb face.
嘘をついてるようには見えないよ。
パイと同じ記憶喪失ってこと？
多分
まほんならしゃあないな。
ちょっと待ちなさいよ。しゃあないな。で済ませられるようなもん。この子は空から降ってきたのよ。どう考えても怪しいじゃない。
Oh yeah, and also it's Tanya mentioning there being some interesting. I just thought about how like
鹿児島には
for some of the Dragon's Dogma 2 marketing, they just used live action footage of cooking steaks because they realized it'd be way cheaper to buy a really nice steak and cook it and film it than to like do the CG involved.
なんか考え
Because like games are getting so fucking realistic looking that it's like
空から人が降ってきた
what's like we're just going back to the FMV days where they just use live action footage in games. So yeah, I hadn't thought about it like that before.
でこの子のことだけどどうする？
記憶がないってことはこれからどうすべきかも。
はい、わかりません。自分の家のことも覚えていないので。
せやったら
Yeah, I feel like I've heard Black Mirror kind of goes downhill after the first season. My only story about it is I remember talking about it to my dad, or with my dad because he was watching it, and I pointed out to him what Black Mirror means, and I was like, yeah, like the screen of a computer or a phone, you know, like the one that you're talking into on your phone right now. And he's like, oh, okay. So that's it. And I think I've vaguely heard about some of the concepts, but I've discarded them in my head. Like it's been so long that I kind of forgot that. But I know it's an episodic show, like horror show that, you know, deals like I guess a modern Twilight Zone in some ways. I think I've heard that comparison too.
僕も
Or I'm just completely fabricating that in my head.
私も特に異論はないわ。
あんたたち、正気？この不審者を一緒に連れてくっていうの？
不審者この子のどこが不審やっちゅうねん。
突然空から降ってきて記憶がないって言ってるのよ。夜道に佇むロングコートのおっさんよりも不審でしょうが。なんかごめんなさい。謝らないでくれる。
Yep, I knew they weren't gonna get along. She's so mad. I don't know. I mentioned this on the Bleach discussion, but there's something that's just inherently amusing to me about like tiny characters who are also just really fucking pissed off, like just small and angry. It's funny to me.
この子は一緒に連れて行く。
こんなところに置いていくわけにはいかないもんね。
Though she's only really small, like relatively, like because they're all tiny to me. They're all children, so they're all small. Um,
なんですかそれ。
頑張り組の友情のサインや。
友情のサイン？
これから君は僕らの仲間。
仲間？仲間に入れてもらえるんですか？
もちろんや。そうと決まれば早速。
雪が積もる前に山を降りないとね。
yeah, I've seen like no Twilight Zone Titania, but I guess like my thought is like, oh, is every episode peak? It's like, are you watching it like just from season 1, episode 1, or are you specifically choosing episodes that sound interesting, or that you hear are good? Because if it's the latter, then it makes sense that you'd be watching like the good ones. But if you just are literally watching them randomly and every episode is good, then that's like, okay, that's interesting. That just you know, that because that's yeah. Okay, yeah, gotcha. Because yeah, of course, it's any show is going to have episodes that just aren't quite as good as the others, right? Even if like every episode is great, like obviously, like I think my favorite like one core ish shows like Place Further in the Universe or Madoka or Violet Evergarden are like I love every episode, but obviously there's some episodes that I love more than others. I've heard about the Christmas episode, but I've not seen any Twilight Zone episodes. But I feel like if I was going to watch an older show, it'd probably be Star Trek first, because I've also seen no Star Trek, ever. Like, I've seen, like, bits of some of the movies that my parents would turn on, and clips, of course, but never a full episode, or anything, or even a full movie, or anything. And Star Trek feels like... I don't know, I feel like I like old, like, fucking Ultraman, and I remember thinking about, like, when I brought up in my Toku video, it's like, yeah, Ultra 7 and Star Trek seem pretty comparable in just the time period they came out, the episodic like sci-fi conflicts, the special effects work, like yeah. So I could vibe with that, even though other people might, like I feel like oh it's dated, you know whatever, but it's like yeah, just watch it. Like yeah, I'll be fine with Planet of the Apes. Because it had the monkey suit actors, I was like, oh my god, this is just tokusatsu. The first Planet of the Apes is good. I do prefer the modern trilogy. The 2001 Planet of the Apes movie was fucking bad. Please, I do not like that movie. I do not like it at all. But I do want to watch more because there's like the other old movies, and then there's there's like an animated series, which I'm less interested in, and a live action series that I am interested in. And then of course there's an upcoming movie. But yeah. Oh, I've heard about Star Trek Lower Decks just because it's like, oh, it's focusing on like the less important people in the setting kind of deal, and that sounds interesting. Yeah, Star Trek sounds interesting to me. I just never made the plunge yet. So.
私はあんたのことを仲間だなんて認めてないんだからね。
ところで彼女
They're gonna become friends, and it's gonna be good.
確かに呼び方がわからないと不便よね。
大福でいいんじゃない？なんかコムと白いさ。
白で言うんやったら。せや、ユキっちゅうのはどうやろ。ユキと一緒に空から降ってきたわけやし。
なるほど。ユキね。
いい名前だと思う。
なんかしっくりくるよね。
ユキか。
ダメか。
いえ、そんなことありません。とっても可愛いと思います。
そうか。気に入ってもらえてよかったわ。
とにかく先を急ぎましょう。
Orville, that I was trying to remember that because I mostly remember hearing it because back when Best Guy Ever did his March, or no, his Mia Mappa. Sorry, it was just March, so I was like, wait, no, it was in May. And he did a video comparing like one of the new Star Trek series and Orville because he felt like Orville was like, even though it's not Star Trek, it was more faithful to the original Star Trek in that way. Though I think I don't know. I saw I did see bits of Picard because my friend's dad was watching it and I was in the room. So I've seen, which is a sequel, sequel to the Next Generation. So I know some bits about that. I think I saw a fair chunk of the first season of that. But yeah, because I was just remembering my friend's conversation where it's like how you do have like old Star Trek fans who aren't a fan of the stuff post Abrams, but he also pointed out how it's like, well, like we're in a fucking golden age of Star Trek. There's just more Star Trek coming out than there had been in a long time. Like the franchise was basically like, quiet for a good while, and now we just got shows coming out left and right. Like people are really into Star Trek again, and so even if you don't like like the Abrams derivative stuff, but there's like, there's got to be some. I feel like there's probably something that you enjoy that's coming out. I hope. I mean, then again, I heard Transformers is also really bad about like the sort of like basically the Gen 1ers issue, like with Pokemon, where they like the first entries that came out like way more than the rest, which is just like, sure, like there is something special about the first one. But in my experience, it's very, very rarely the best one. Like with Pokemon, it's like, as I've been playing through the games, it's like, yeah, I've liked every subsequent generation more. Like, Gen 1 is my least favorite right now, and I've literally only played the first, up to Sapphire plus Pokemon Scarlet. So it's like, yeah. Godzilla, I did like the first one quite a lot, but like, I like Shin Godzilla is one of my favorite movies ever, and I still need to see -1 when that becomes available digitally. Where is -1? Internet? Fucking give it to me. And I also want to watch the new legendary Kong and Godzilla. I don't know how to pronounce it. Kong cross Godzilla, Kong Godzilla. I don't know, or Godzilla Kong. I don't even know.
なんでそんなにカリカリしてるの？
カリカリなんてしてないわよ。
してると思うけど。
I think that's the one I heard about. If you're, because he brought up an episode that there was like trial, and maybe, and I just remember there being a cult, like there being a legitimate, like even though it's a comedy parody, there's still like a legitimate sci-fi exploration there, like going in with this idea and exploring the ramifications of it, instead of, I guess, the criticisms against the Abrams films and stuff is that they're just a war story with like a Star Trek coat of paint, basically. Like they're not really delving into the sci-fi stuff, like basically the hard sci-fi versus sci-fantasy thing distinction people make sometimes, which I can easily see being appropriated to like shit on something when obviously like both can be good. So, but yeah. Okay, interesting. Because I was definitely thinking if I go on a big Star Trek dive, I was probably going to include Orville in that, just because even if it's not technically part of Star Trek, it's interesting to me. Like just that one thing I heard about it. And now hearing you talk about it, it's like, okay, now I'm even more interested in checking it out. So, yep, that doesn't look spicy at all. She's gonna love them.
何よこれ。
ポテトが辛くてなぜ美味しいの？多分鹿児島でもーちゃんにもらったんだ。
いいな。
あ、そっか。シュコは辛いの苦手だったね。
苦手じゃないわよ。子供扱いしないでくれる？
Is this toxic masculinity?
じゃあ食べる？
So toxic maturity, I don't know. Because like I definitely connotate like being picky about food. Well, it's weird. There's like a bell curve to it. Because like with kids, you want them to eat more food so that they can get a diverse palate and they can be able to eat healthier. But I've noticed with older people, because I work with older people, and they tend to be pickier because like by that age they know what they like, I guess. Is this how she unlocks her powers? Uh-oh. Oh no. She's gonna die.
だから言ったのに。
Wait a minute, that's fucking holy shit, I can't remember the name. Is that the fucking voice actress who does like Chopper and Pikachu and Hana and Doremi? No. So for some of those like yelling, it sounded like that, and I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Oh, she's gonna fucking die. Maybe not. Maybe I was just mishearing things. Because I did not look up the voice actors, and I'm not really not good at picking them out, especially when I'm talking over the game because I'm responding to chat. But she looks so fun. I don't know. It's just a funny screen. Rory Dragon moment. Oh yeah. No, I did. I think I yeah. Oh no, I was watching. I don't know, cause I make associations with like so, like cause I was watching Doremi with MathWiz, or rewatching episodes in my case, and then I watch Sweet Precure, which is a music themed magical Precure season. And I was in the mascots. I was like, wait a minute, did they get Doremi actors to do these little gemstone looking fairies? And I checked and it's like, nope, no, they did not. But because they do like they had names that were kind of like the fairies in Doremi because they're based off the Doremi Fasola, and I was like, here, but yeah, it's just I heard them as the same even though they weren't. So I didn't know you were a monster, Chuko.
もしかして霊長の不思議な力と関係が。
そういえば鹿児島でもーちゃんも鉄みたいに硬くなったって。
I've not actually had like platforming gameplay in a hot minute. We've been we've been streaming for an hour and 15 minutes, and I literally haven't like had something that's not dialogue. I'm still enjoying myself, but I definitely would like to play the game soon. I don't know, maybe it's also the kind of thing where I don't know. Because obviously it's like, just thinking like comparing like, oh, Danganronpa Death Come True, it's like, yeah, most of the game is dialogue, but maybe for some reason I have a bias where with platforming, I think, maybe I'm comparing it like, yeah, because obviously when I think of platforming games, I think of like Mario. It's like 99% gameplay. So, uh-oh. That was way bigger than I thought it was gonna be.
さあ、レイチョ、私たちも行きましょう。雪が激しくなる前にポチを見つけないと。
Yuki's VA also sounds familiar, but I cannot place it. Because I could just be mixing it up with a different VA entirely. Even with VAs I like I remember watching Osama Sentai King Oger, and I completely missed that one of the main antagonists in the final season was voiced by Miyuki Sawashiro, who's like one of my favorite VAs. So I was like, well, that's just a complete L on my part, because I really should have noticed that one of my favorite VAs was in the show.
こっちは行き止まりか。 引き返しましょう。
ええ、そうね。ってなんであんたがいんのよ。
ついてきちゃいました。
どうして。
だって私トランシーバー持ってないので。
I'm also just terrible at remembering like staff names and even BA names.
今のはポツの声だわ。あっちの方から聞こえてきましたよね。
Like talking with Shaves, he has so much care for like understanding the people who make the things that he likes, or just the people who make anime in general. Like database knowledge is how he puts it, and I obviously care a lot about artists and creators and their ability to freely express themselves. But I'm just so terrible at like committing it to memory or motivating myself to even look it up. And again, like, cause I'm just gonna forget. So, like, I literally was thinking about making a document, cause as I play the Shin Megami Tensei games, I was gonna like, no, maybe keep track of staff members. Fucking idiot.
何も出ませんね。
You know, but I just haven't gotten around to it, even though, like, yeah, so,
あんたのせいでみっともない集大さらすことになったじゃない。何かきっかけみたいなものが必要。
oh, she's got to overcome her dislike of spicy food to constantly breathe fire.
もしかして何ですかそれ。カラムーチョよ。さっきポチにもらったの。それを食べればさっきと同じことが。わからないけど。
Yeah, I understand.
とにかく物は試し。
Like, I guess with me, I just, if I put my time into something, because I think a lot of people have the mindset of, like, the thing has to, like, justify itself to me, and I'm, like, and I think that's perfectly fine. I think it's completely fair to want to spend your time wisely, and, you know, so, and it makes sense that, like, you know, there's, especially if you spend money on it, like, you know, you want the thing to be worth your time, so the thing has to convince you to be worth your time. I do completely understand that, but I guess with me, because I did buy this game, but a lot of my media consumption is stuff I got for free, obtained for free, stuff I stole. Like, I'm not gonna fucking cut okay, I'll stop edging it, I guess. So with me, I try to have the mindset of, like, if I spend time on it, I want to get as much as I can out of it. And you know, so I think that, like, that's part of why I'm able to, like, enjoy things a lot. Because, you know, when I like step back and like think about this game, it's like, okay, it's a Japanese children's game meant to make me want to go, like, take a bullet train and go to some fucking weird ass cities that I've never been to and go to tourism. Basically, right? Like, that's kind of what a lot of what, you know, there's like some death game stuff, but, like, you know, I'm still enjoying it. Like, it's overall pretty simple, but, like, you know, there's some fun interactions. The character designs I really like. You know, some of the voice, like, fuck it, Chuko is starting to endear I'm like, aside from just being an archetype, I think is fun. I'm starting to like her voice work is really, like, funny to me. And especially, like, comparing, because I've been watching, because if it is the same voice actress I'm thinking of, it's a little different from, like, Hana and Chopper, like, closer to Chopper, I guess, because Chopper can get angry, but, yeah, I don't know. See, I'm trying to, like, really listen, it's like, that's that voice actress, right? But, yeah, so, like, you know, I guess I don't necessarily go into things thinking, I'm going to get one of my favorite media experiences ever. You know, I'm here to, like, enjoy what I can. And part of that is, like, you know, having fun with the stream with the, you know, oh my god, evil snowman. Ah! I didn't expect that at all. I tried to dodge it, but I did badly. Do you have to melt something? I can't direct it. Can I switch characters? Oh, and... Oh, well, great. Awesome timing. Ah! Wait, can I? Oh! And she's dead. I slipped. Oh, unfortunate. So I guess I have to spawn more, what's it called, and ice over the path completely. Ah! I almost died again. There we go. Okay, yeah. There we go. Ah! Okay, I thought that was gonna fuck me over. Like, I was waiting for the game to just, like, physics me into the thorns and just completely screw me over. Um, These snowmen are funny. Wait, is it gonna... Oh, shit! Okay. A little too far away. Alright, we're good, we're good, we're good. I got it. I'm not gonna die again. Like a bitch. Oh, speaking of dying, like, I was thinking, it's not I've seen it as an idea for things before. Okay, how the fuck? Ah! Oh, it fell into my fire. Okay, good, good. But I was just a stream. I might have to figure out a webcam setup for it, or maybe, I don't know. And at earliest, I wouldn't do this until after I finish Ace Attorney. But I was just thinking, because I'm a skinny bitch who's very terrible at exercising when I want to do that more consistently. So I was thinking I might do like play through all the FromSoft games or some kind of game. Maybe not just FromSoft, but I'm just thinking of another type of game where, you know, and just like, oh, do push-ups when I die or something like that. Because, you know, I'm going to play like all the Kingsfield and FromSoft games again one day. But that was an idea I thought of if I wanted to stream it. Oh, I see what I have to do. That didn't work. Do I have to carry it all the way up there? Yeah, I guess so. Ow! Oh, there we go. Okay. Ugh. Okay, I thought I was gonna hit somebody. Okay. See, I was actually wondering how the game was gonna handle having multiple powers, because in my head I'm like, oh, oh my god, what the fuck? In my head I was thinking I'd switch between I like how it's like a completely different texture style than the actual characters. I guess it's supposed to, like, he's more part of the nature in the world than the humanity. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was wondering how the game was going to handle switching between different powers. So far it seems to be like, I guess they'll introduce like, oh, you can use the bumpers to swap between characters at some point, but for now it wants to not overwhelm me because I'm 5. She's just gonna ask politely. And then it just takes her to. Well, good on her for trying, I guess. I guess thinking of games for kids again, I was just reminded because Princess Peach Showtime came out, and I was kind of interested in it. I'm still gonna play it no matter what. I think as I played as I played through Mario games, but I just remember hearing that like how it's apparently like really easy without like a way to like because like Kirby is all it's a literal baby game. It's literally made because the developers thought platformers thought were getting too hard and they wanted to make a more entry level platformer game. But you know, there's still like post game and stuff that's you know difficult to like like it took me a few tries to get through like the True Arena and Triple Deluxe. Like it's so but I guess Princess Peach Showtime doesn't have that, and people were there's an argument. I think Arlo was the clip I saw it from, who they said that like it's oh, is it because it's for girls that they don't want to add more difficult stuff, or because like you can have like good core mechanic, like Pokemon is another great example where the in-depth mechanics are there for you to engage in like the battle tower and the competitive scene, but the actual core game, literally all you need to do to beat it is just keep type matchups in mind. Like that's kind of it. You just need to understand the type chart, and then you could reasonably beat any Pokemon game. So yeah, same with like Kirby and other games that are like made for younger audiences, where like what you need to get through their base like game play parts, and then the potential they have is challenge runs for sure. Or the collection aspect for Pokemon, which going out of your way to catch them all, which is relatively it's easy task. It's just more about the persistence, I'd say, and also knowledge, because like there's some weird ass evolution methods that nowadays we could just look up, but like there's one in Scarlet and Violet where it's like you have to walk with them for a certain way, and there's some other little things about that, and if you don't just know, like how the fuck are you gonna figure that out? Oh, we have a snowball fight with the Yeti. Oh my god. Okay. I guess I better do 10 push-ups. No, I'm kidding. That'll be later. How the fuck do I do this? Okay. Nope. Okay, good. Oh, god damn it. I can't really dodge when I got the, Oh yeah, no, I love Valkyrie's, evolution method. Trying to think. Oh, I think my favorite in Scarlet and Violet is definitely Tandemaus. Because it's just so, like, perfect to, owning like a mouse, where it's just like you turn around and it's like, oh, now there's more of them. Great. God damn it. Okay. Whew. What a dick. Yeah. But anyway, so it's just like, it's kind of sad. Yeah. So I with like ice blocks. Yeah, that was something else. But yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking about like kids games. Like they don't have to condescend to you. This like I mean I'd say like this is pretty easy so far, but I don't think there's going to be like a post game mode where that really pushes the mechanics to the limits, right? But I guess the other thing is like I feel like Princess Peach. Another comparison I've heard, because Princess Peach's Showtime is like it has no Mario characters. It's just Peach, and I saw some people complaining about that. But then the obvious comparison is like, well, Wario and Donkey Kong have a lot of games that don't have any other Mario characters, even though these characters are also derivative of Mario. And yeah, the first Mario game is called Donkey Kong, but even though he's like the main central character and antagonist, I'd still say that like you play as Jumpman, you play as Mario, and I would say like Donkey Kong Country is that's the first Donkey Kong game in my mind, to me at least, even though it's not the first game called Donkey Kong. Because like really like Donkey Kong's lineage goes into like Donkey Kong Game Boy and then Mario versus Donkey Kong, so you know, where Donkey Kong Country is very much it's like its own thing, and that's what because Super Princess Peach had like she's ultimately trying to save Mario, so it's not really her own thing when it's still like it's just a flip on Mario. You know, so it's, you know, I definitely like, but like Donkey Kong Country and Kirby are all these older established franchises, and they're more gender neutral slash for, you know, because video games are expected to be for guys. So, but I was just thinking I don't think this is, not to say that this is a game for girls, but I was just thinking about how it's like, you know, if this is about as hard as the gameplay gets, then it's kind of closer to like what I've heard about Super Princess Peach, in that it's like, you know, it's not really pushing, you know, it's because if you do have that like level of like a kid can play it, but also an adult can play it in a different way, like Pokemon, then that's the kind of game that you have people like me, being a 32-year-old man who's been playing Pokemon for 25 years since I was 7. Like, I'm still playing Pokemon. Like, I'm interested in Pokemon Legends ZA. I need to play other Pokemon games first, but I'm interested, right? Like, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna give Nintendo money for it at some point. Or it's Nintendo. Yeah, someone's gonna see money. If I buy it used, it won't be from Nintendo. But you know, so it's like, it's just kind of a shame that what. Oh, did I get a sticker for making that jump? Irritable. Yeah, so I don't know. Just think about like as a, you know, game for kids. It's like, yeah, it's got really simple and easy gameplay, so it definitely, like, yeah, a kid could play it, but also is a kid gonna be interested in reading? What is this shiny thing? Okay, well, oh, maybe I was supposed to do like a select. Oh, wait. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what I did there, but okay. Oh, hey, that's a Electro Ranger yellow. Neat. Yeah, I don't know how this game got along with its target audience. Because I mean, I even say in my first video of like, Danganronpa is for teenagers. I did not play it as a teenager. I don't know how you know, it got along with teenagers. Okay, how do I switch to? Oh, I'm supposed to get into crash into each other. Okay. I'm literally just saying easy baby game, and then I just get my ass wrecked. So. Dodge! God damn it! I didn't dodge. I've never heard of Library of Ruina. Interesting. That's yeah, no, I can see hard games being. I mean, it's funny when I don't know. I just thought about how like, well, my channel is literally modeled. God damn it! Like Dwarf, the Dwarf Fortress, and I was just seeing some discussion about how it's like, its UI and interface is very much, and just like how the game looks is as user unfriendly as not as it's not like it's deliberate. It's more just like a limitation of what the type of game it is. Oh, what? Okay, I thought I was gonna like go under him, but never mind. Okay, well, I almost made it. I'll stop sucking at the game soon. But yeah, I can see, because like, I don't know, because I feel like if I were to check out Library of Ruina, it'd definitely be oh, are you fucking kidding me? What do I look like, Captain America? Like I'm just gonna analyze all these rebounds and just dodge? Like, yeah, okay. All right, I gotta lock in. I gotta. Are you, God damn it! Oh man. Am I like missing something? Like, like I can't use my ability. There's nothing to pick up. I just have to dodge. This game is just being a dick. Okay. Okay. There we go. I don't know why I thought I could go under that. That was a pain. That was really stupid. I died like what is this? Like, I can't talk about the game's difficulty anymore. I have no right. Uh-oh.
なのよあのキモい鳥は。
近寄ると襲いかかってきそうだよ。
レイチョが投げられそうなものも見当たらないし。任せといて。私の炎で追い払ってやるわ。
Okay, deck builder RPG. Okay, I don't think I've played one of those. I feel like the one no, actually, no, would Mega Man Battle Network count? Because that was because like I don't know, a few years ago I was like, oh, I'm gonna do a favorites replay, and play all the franchises of my favorite games. Wait, oh god damn it, I didn't hit the button fast enough. Oh, Lobotomy Corp. I think I've heard of that one. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Gotcha. I'll look it up. I'll try to look it up. And yeah, Metal. God, that's a big difference because that Mega Man is not turn-based, but it does have that deck build. That's what I was thinking of when it comes to deck building elements. So the other game I thought of was Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, which I believe also I don't know how JRPG like turn-based it is, if it is or not, but I know there's a deck building element to it, a card element. So okay.
うるさいわね。炎は吐けないけど愚痴は吐けるってわけ。
でもこれじゃ先に進めないよ。
確かにそうね。火を消すための水を探さなきゃ。
水か。雪だるまな
Oh,
ら。
do we have to bully the snowman into putting out the fire? Makes sense. But yeah, I definitely run into games. Okay, Chain of Memories is not turn-based. I did not know that. Because I have not played it. Yay! But yeah, as far as difficulty goes, I'm fine with the game being hard, but what I want is I just make it easy for me to replay it, like or to like basically I like the Souls games because like I'm fine with the boss being hard. I'm gonna try and because I'm persistent. Like I have a friend who we play a lot of the Souls games together, and like we literally bought Sekiro, and we just sat each other in his room with two separate monitors, and we just played it independently. He's better at games than me, but I'm persistent. Like he hasn't beaten Sekiro Bloodborne because he'd get frustrated and he'd just stop. At a point where I would fight a boss for 2 hours and or more, and just until I beat him and have fun. But if it's like if it were really tedious and annoying to get to every boss, basically if it's certain areas in Dark Souls 2, then it's much harder for me to do that. Yuki, no. You're a friend now. You can't sacrifice yourself, but that fucking horrific snowman yeti with the beard and his giant scar. Chuko, the brains of the operation. Wait, I was thinking, she really is, I guess, huh?
でもここであいつを見つけたら自分のことまで嫌いになっちゃうじゃない。さあ、ポケット突っ立てないで行くわよ。でもあいつの攻撃をかいくぐって近づくのは難しそうね。ちょっと悔しいけどここはレイチョに任せるわ。
But yeah, I guess on the note of Dark Souls and stuff, I was just thinking about how it's like, I started my favorite game replay, and I'm really excited to getting to the point where getting to the point where I can oh, this is literally Donkey Kong. And I died. Also, maybe it's my I don't know. My character's facing the left, so I'm wondering if yes, I've heard about it. Because I have a friend who really likes modding games, and he likes Elden Ring and Dark Souls 3. So I've been hearing about the so yeah, so I've heard about them because they sound interesting, just like because like I think it's basically a full on mod for like a full on Dark Souls 4 practically, and that sounds really like ambitious, and I respect it a lot. And why not play them when I play through all the FromSoft games? Because I heard there's one for Dark Souls 1 and one for Dark Souls 3. Yeah, that's I like the way you put because like I don't know, everyone I talk about with Dark Souls 2, it's like they like because Vindy really doesn't like it, and my friend Johannes does not like it. I don't even know if he's played it. I get it's my least favorite game in the FromSoft thing. There's still unique and cool things about it that none of the other Souls games do, and it's still Dark Souls. Like it's like even oh no, it's a 7 out of 10 in a franchises of like 9s and 10s. Like oh no, right? Like that. Or even even if it's a 6, it's still fine. Like like this game is probably going to be a 6 out of me unless it blows me away in the finale. Like it's cute and fun. I'm not a 6 is a good score. Like I even just saying that I was like no, people might think of that like oh I'm having a bad time with this game. No, this game is fun. I like it. A 6 is a good score. She's funny. Yeah, no, I definitely will say, because making the choice, I was like saying, I like the characters in this group less, but I want to know more about them. And I definitely like Chuko more, so... but yeah, I don't know, just think about, like, I want to get to the point where I've, like, replayed all those games that I remember liking in the past so that I could, like, confidently say, like, yes, this list is my favorite games. Just, like, because like, if I have, so on my backlog, I do have a list, I have a bunch of lists, so most of them are, like, franchise rankings, so, like, as I play the franchise, I decide which games that, what was I saying? Games that are like hold on. Sorry, trying to do something. Well. Anyway, wow, I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, I don't remember if I fought all. I know I did not fight all the bosses in Dark Souls 2. One second. Hold on. I haven't run into a problem with OBS. Oh well. I'll figure it out later. Oh yeah, I was talking about backlogged. Because yeah, I have all my franchise lists and stuff. But I do want to have a good list of like, yeah, these are all the games I really like. And it does have a bunch of games on there that I still really like. But it's, since I'm playing, I want to replay so many of the games that would be on that list, possibly. It feels incomplete to me. And obviously there's so many games I've yet to play that will likely be on that list. So yeah. Cute.
ほら満場一致で決まりやな。今からユキは頑張れ組の正式なメンバーや。
皆さんよろしくお願いします。こちらこそよろしくね、ユキ。
Friends.
どうしたの？いえ、初めてその名前で呼んでくれたから。大福の方が良かった？どちらでも。
So when with my favorite games, one game per genre. See, I think at less genre, I'd be more likely to do it for franchise. And even then, so it's like it depends on the context. Like for if I were to do a 3x3 or 5x5, it might be by franchise. But because I guess I don't know. Ombre said something of that definitely made me think. Where when it comes to like having a lot of favorites, in one category, or like because for him he's watched a lot of Toku and he likes Ultraman and Super Sentai and Kamen, like So I mean, well, Toku's a little different because I feel like they're so. Like they're relatively speaking, there isn't as much Toku. So if you're going to do a specific list of that, but like say I've played like 1,000 video games and my top 10 are all Dark Souls games. Like there aren't even 10 Dark Souls games or FromSoft games, but just as an example, so if I were to do a 3x3, I'd probably only include one because I'd want to show some of my diversity in my favorites. But at the same, but if it was a complete list of my top 100 games, I would have like no reservation about, because I'd want to say like these are the top 100 games I like. So if like my top 4 of my top 5 are like FromSoft games, then I just really like those games. I'm sorry. But if I were doing like a 3x3 or I'd probably be a bit more like restrictive. Like for my anime, for instance, for my top anime, one thing I do is I like limit it. Like I only count one season per show. Like for SAO, I'd show, or even for, well, it depends. So if it's one continuous show with multiple seasons, like SAO or Love Live Sunshine or ReZero, then I decide based on my favorite season, or Hidamari Sketch is another one. But if it's an iterative show like Aikatsu or Precure, for those I count those differently because they're basically different shows, even if they're part of the same franchise. Right? Like they have they have their own journeys with their own main characters, their own thematic differences and whatever. Like they're different shows, and I have where it's a little different to argue that with like say I mean like SA Alternative, if that was one of my favorite anime, like I would count that differently than regular SAO, So yeah, it's kind of just when it comes to like limiting myself with my favorites, it mostly depends on the context. But for my backlog list, I'm just gonna put every game that I rate a 9 out of 10 or higher on that list. So that one's going to be unrestricted, so I have no reason to like change. But I guess one thing I do restrict is because on your main profile page for backlogged, you can show your top 5 games. For that one, I have limited it to one per franchise, because if I didn't, there would be 2 Muv-Luv games on there, because Total Eclipse and Muv-Luv Alternative are both like 10 out of 10s for me. But I specifically restricted it, not because I don't like Muv-Luv, because I'd rather like my profile show a bit more like a slightly more diversity in what I like, if that makes sense. Where would a story like JoJo fall in that system? So for manga, I rate them like individually, even if because I feel like JoJo that's a great example to bring up, because like comparing it to like Precure and Aikatsu, or like an anime that just has different seasons like SAO or Hidamari Sketch. JoJo is kind of in the middle, because it's like it is iterative, kind of like Precure or Aikatsu, in that they have their own distinct main characters, but they also connect way more than Precure or Aikatsu seasons, where those it'll be like a crossover thing or a special at most, So where in JoJo it is a continuous story. So I kind of I don't know. It's a little bit of both, I guess, maybe, because I also count kaiji parts separately when I was thinking about as I was reading it, or in my media thread when I read through both JoJo and kaiji, I kept the parts separate as I read it. But then when I put kaiji on my 5x5, I counted it as one thing, and I feel like I probably did. I think I did the same. I don't know if I did the same thing for JoJo. I might have counted it just Steel Ball Run, even though I do like all of JoJo, but it's all Steel Ball Run is my favorite part. So, good question. I have to think about it more myself.
それって離れ離れになっちゃったっていう？
残りの頑張れ組のメンバーだよ。
これから愛媛に行くって言ってたけど。
Oh, they made it across the ocean. Nice.
愛媛で合流しよう。
How'd they do that? Nobody knows. No, yeah, Steel Ball Run was really. I was surprised at how good. I still liked it because it was the part that got me into JoJo, and it's still my favorite part. It's still really good. I am gonna watch the JoJo anime in full because I've seen parts 1 through 4, but I feel like rewatching it one day, and I might as well watch 5 and 6 while I'm at it too.
兄貴のやつ直接会って100発キックでもお見舞いしてやらんと。
ってことは、もしかして。
ああ、次の目的地が決まったで。四国の愛媛県や。
All right, D2 over. We're going to cross the paths. And then they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I unlocked this ability," and we're gonna have to learn that ability. I do wonder how the split paths. Yeah, because actually, yeah, that's a replay ability. There is being able to check out the other story. Let's do a little bit more, and then we'll probably call because we're almost at 2 hours.
ここが四国の愛媛県か。
ちょっと何言ってんの？
ここはまだ広島だよ。広島の尾道。
はあ？なんでまだ広島なんかにおんねん。
だから本州から愛媛県まで歩いていくには尾道からしまなみ海道を通って今治へと渡る以外に。
How does she know all that? She didn't even know her name. Yes, I was gonna say part 5 because I remember talking about it with Vindy, and I think because like I ended up really liking part 3 because I really liked the gang and their interactions and stuff. Reading it, where I think the contention with the anime is that it's the longest part by a good like 13 episodes, and it really probably doesn't need to be that long. Where Vindy liked part 5, but he'd also seen the anime, and so I didn't click with part 5 just from the manga. So I wonder if me watching the anime would change that with me liking part 5 more. Yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely curious as to because I did like the anime when I watched it of even part 3 back when I watched it because I think I watched it while it was airing through part 4. And then part 5, I just didn't feel like it. And then part 6 came out, and yeah. All right, time to talk to everybody. Uh-oh. Do I not actually get the chance to talk to anybody?
また多くなってきたみたいだね。知ってるでしょ？5年前から世界中で始まったあの大規模な群発地震のこと。一説によると、どこかの国が開発した地震兵器のせいじゃないかって。
Conspiracy theories again?
本当のところはどうなんだろうね。いずれにせよ、その地震は世界の各地で大きな被害をもたらして、確かジェンヌのお姉ちゃんもその震災に巻き込まれて。
Okay.
もしかして町から人がいなくなっちゃったことと何か関係があるのかな。他にも不思議なことがたくさん起こってるし。
ゆきちゃん、疲れたやろ。
Fucking normies, re!
すぐそこの海でな、牡蠣が取れるらしいんやけど、後でゆきちゃんも一緒に食べへん？
牡蠣？
貝の牡蠣や。知っとるやろ？牡蠣には タマキンとかいう物質が豊富に含まれとって、食べると疲労回復に絶大な効果を発揮すんねんて。
タマキンじゃなくてタウリンでは？
ああ、それやそれ。とにかく一緒に食べようや。元気出るで。
I think I have a pretty good grasp of Part 6 ending. It's definitely, I see why it's contentious, but it's also pretty, like, Part 6 for me when I read it was like, it's fine, but I think the ending stretch, like, the ending stretch is really good. Like, it improves my opinion a lot, like, once they get into the final stuff with Pucci, and it's just so fucking wild. Like, I love the time acceleration and how, like, the way that, like, we see so much of, like, the world when it's happening, and just like, and then now we break for commercials. It's just like, it's so fucked, and it's just a really interesting, like, set piece, I guess, like, just on its own. And I think it does some, I don't know, I think it has some interesting things going on. I have thought about doing a video about, well, it's funny because I said, oh, I'll do a video about just like Dio, and which would inevitably talk about his views on Fate and Pucci. But then I like looked it up. It's like, someone did a video on this, and there's at least 3 videos talking about that exact subject. So if I ever get around to doing that video, I'll probably do a stream where we watch those videos, and I'll see if I have anything to add to the conversation. Because maybe they are already mostly saying what the kind of things that I would have said, or maybe they're just doing plot synopsis and they don't. Then I actually have things to say that they don't. So you know.
私そのチームの試合とかちょくちょく見に行ってて、だから私もニーヤンのことはよく知ってるのよ。関西がリーダーにこだわってるのはニーヤンみたいになりたいから。でも今のままじゃ絶対無理ね。逆立ちしたってニーヤンになんて近づけるわけがないわ。綺麗な景色ですね。
She's just vibes.
たく、それにしても、なんでわいらが兄貴らんとこに行かなあかんの。ほんまに何様のつもりやねん。兄貴のやつ、腹立つわ。昔は兄貴もあんなひねくれたやつやなかったんけどな。ああ、そっか。レイチは転校生やさがい知らんねんな。昔の兄貴は優しくて寛大で情に熱いっちゅうか、なんちゅうか、とにかくみんなから慕われる文字通りの兄貴分みたいな。
So yeah, I guess because originally I thought that they were like in the same grade, but I guess it's actually that they're in the same club, so that's why they got to go on this trip together as a club.
これ以上は勘弁してくれ。思い出したくないんや。あいつはワイにとっても大切な仲間やったさかい。
Okay. That was it. Just silence.
素敵な景色ね。パパが見たらきっと喜んだだろうな。私のパパ、旅をするのが好きだったの。世界中の絶景を見て回るのが。私も小さい頃からよく連れてってもらったわ。だけど。
Also, she's got like an 8 on her skirt or an infinity sign or something. I was just wondering what that's supposed to be.
あれ、言ってなかったっけ？私のパパ、科学者だったのよ。
Well, I knew that.
だったじゃなくて、今もそう。生きていれば。
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Like, is he fucking alive or not?
ごめんなさい。こんな話するべきじゃなかったわね。せっかくの景色が台無しだわ。
I think that's everybody. I was just thinking about how like there's so many fucking video games. Like, you know, just overwhelming amount of media and just in general, like because there's only more like so many like good games coming out or have like this year it's like okay, what's the RPG of the year? Persona 3, Dragon's Dogma 2, I feel like there was something else. It's like we're in April. Like how the fuck are there so many good games, like the games people are loving coming
あ
out?
の空に浮かんだ物体のことだよ。
Uh-oh. Wait, they don't even fucking see it. That's
そう
right.
なんだ。
もしかして幻覚みたいなものです
ってことはユキにも見えないんだね。そっか。それじゃやっぱり関係ないんだ。
Mysterious.
関係？
いや、ちょっと思ったんだよ。もしかしたらユキはあの X から降ってきたんじゃないかって。あの時空は曇ってた。だからその雲の向こうに X があったとしてもそう思ったんだけど。
ポチ、きっと疲れてるのよ。今日は早く休んだ方がいいわ。
でも
とにかく私は一足先に
Rachel can also see the X, but he can't Sog. Would I count Persona 3 for in Game of the Year for didn't Persona 3 Reload come out this year? I thought it just came out in January. So I mean it's a remake, but it's I don't know. I haven't played it, so I can't say. Like I don't think I played so I played like no games that came out in 2023 in 2023. Like when I play Master Detective Archive Raincoat, that's going to be like one of the first games from 2023 I'll have played. I don't play modern games. I like my abhorrent completionism has me going back to fucking 90s to play the old ass games. Like with fucking Shin Megami Tensei, I'm not even going to be in the 2000s until I play Shin Megami Tensei 3. But from what I hear about it, and like knowing just how much people love Persona 3 changed the fucking franchise. Like it's so funny to look at like the like my list of Shin Megami Tensei games because it's like Shin Megami Tensei, spin-off, and then you hit like you get Persona 1, Persona 2, Persona 2 Part 2, both Sin and Punishment rather. Then you hit Persona 3, and it's basically just like the ratio shifts so hard to Persona. Like it changed the game for Atlas and Shin Megami Tensei. X equals 12. Are we supposed to have 12 characters? Do we have 12 characters? Is it supposed to be like 11037 where it's supposed to be a different it looks like numbers and X, but it's supposed to be something else. I don't know.
なんだかよくわからないけど、僕らも行こう。
ええ、そうですね。
But yeah, I ultimately have no stock in the race as far as like 2024 games because no, I played Helldivers. That's it. It's kind of fun. I've only played it with one friend so far, but I don't know. I haven't really had because I feel like it's the kind of game I would want to play with like a lot of people, or like a full group. But I don't have enough. I don't know enough people that I've been able to, or I haven't asked the people I do know who can play it. So yeah.
X イコール12。レイチョ、あの意味わかった。ほら、ユキが持っていた紙切れに書いてあったね、X って。あの空に浮かぶ X と関係あるのかな。それと、この X は全部で12個あるってこと？それか、12個揃うと何かあるとか。12といえば、
Ah, that's what I was gonna, wondering about. So, Pochi's like the one paying. He's like the Nico Robin. He's the one actually paying attention to the story. Like before, he was like, "Hey, what the fuck was up with that pointless death game and the brain control? That was all really weird." So yeah, Pochi's good for being the one to pay attention. Very nice.
私のパパ、旅行が好きだったって話はしたわよね。
Yeah, I think with remakes in general, like also I guess, because I feel like remakes change enough. Because like, just the fact that Persona 3 had the tactic system where you could not directly control your party members, and Persona 3 Reload, you can control your party members. It's a different game, right? Like it plays very differently as a result, and it had to be rebalanced accordingly. So in that way, I definitely think like a remake like, you know, can very much be. I guess where remasters, I feel like the argument is a little different, because it's like imagine Ocarina of Time 3D, or even if just the Ocarina of Time remastered on the Switch, right? That kept the art style like something maybe slightly more polished for the Switch graphics or something, right? Like would we like because I think Ocarina of Time just won a popular game poll, I think, or most popular game ever, or what best game ever poll. When it's like, you know, yeah, Ocarina of Time is a good and beloved game for a lot, you know, for a lot of people and for very good reason. But like, you know, I also remember hearing the take where it's like, really, we haven't fucking surpassed Ocarina of Time in like 25 plus years, right? Where it's like, yeah, it's cool, but you know, would we decide is Ocarina of Time 3D like the best game to come out in that year, like 2011 or whenever? So. Um, but that's a little different because it's I guess there were some changes, but overall the game is still the same. So I don't know. Oh, I was missing an important conversation there. Also, I need to use the bathroom, so we're probably gonna wrap it up after these conversations.
それ以来、パパは研究室にこもるようになった。パパは世界中のみんなのために何かを作り上げようとしてた。
High likelihood that Nyoro is involved with some of this plot shit, or dad rather. I mean, I think everyone's got to be involved. Well, maybe not.
でも世界がこんな様子じゃ。
I don't know. I like mystery stuff because I get to wonder, think about it, and speculate. You got more to say.
私が見たところ、ユキの記憶障害は全生活試験棒ってやつね。自分の名前や過去だけを忘れる記憶障害。よく漫画やアニメに出てくるここはどこ？私は誰ってタイプね。そうね。パイの記憶喪失とは別物と言えるかも。パイはデスゲームの黒幕は誰か。
Oh yeah, I did have a thought earlier because obviously they're saying I hear death game like when they say it in Japanese, but the fact that they call it a game of fate and there was the brainwashing at play, like there's a level at which like the characters don't have autonomy in a sense. So and like the fact that the whole game is framed around like because we saw the beginning and they're like they fought the weird giant thing and they lost, it seemed. So there, and he even said like, you know, the choices you made led you here or something. So maybe the way it was changed to Game of Fate because not because like they can't use death because it's you know, they can't call it get death game because they're aiming this at children. Maybe they changed it because it's more thematically appropriate. Like there's determinism versus fatalism here, where the brainwashing sort of forced them into a certain position, like being trapped by fate, so to speak. So maybe, because if that is the case, then I definitely feel like the fact that the antagonist needed to do that means that like they do have free will, I suppose, if that makes sense. Just thinking.
大昔からあるんだよ。魚、カエル、オタマジャクシ、虫、そういうものが降ることをパフロツキーズ現象って言うんだ。巨大な氷の塊が降った記録もあるから、真夏の雪もこれに当てはまるのかもね。どれも合理的に説明できない異常現象ばかりだけど、でもこんなのはまだ序の口で、いずれもっと恐ろしいものが降ってくるかも。ノストラダムスの大予言。空から恐怖の大王が降ってくる。人が消えちゃったことも化け物が現れたことも全部その予兆で、やっぱりこれは世界が終わってしまうからなのかな。
Oh boy.
レイチョさん、私が空から降ってきたというのは本当なんですか？
Okay, so I guess he is talking. He's just mute to us, I guess. So, well, I mean that's not uncommon for mute characters in general. like I think a lot of people like to characterize Red from Pokemon as being silent, which, you know, even in the one Pokemon Masters EX mobile game, that's how they play it. But like, and Gold and Silver too. But like in Red and Blue, he has a voice. You just don't like, you know, like when he talks to the copycat, like he has a, you know, he has a bit of, you know, something, you know, there. So it is what it is.
私皆さんと会う前の記憶は全然ないんですけど、一つだけ確かなのは今すごく楽しいってことです。この間も言いましたけど、私ずっと友達が欲しくて、もしかしたら私はすごく寂しくて自由のないところにいて。
When you name your rival jerk base.
嫌で嫌で抜け出して皆さんのところに飛んできたのかもしれませんね。
Well, Yuki's previous life sucked, but she's happy now.
そういえばこの間襲ってきた雪男。雪男ってそもそも何なんでしょう。
雪男は雪がたくさん降る山岳地方に出没する未確認動物の総称だよ。世界各地でその存在が確認されてるんだけど、地域によって名前が違っていて、ヒマラヤ山脈のイエティ、ロッキー山脈のビッグフット、日本でもここら辺の中国山地でヒバゴンって名前で呼ばれてる。
へえ、タッツンさん詳しいんですね。
いやー、シビレンジャーに出てくる怪人つながりでオカルトもちょっとかじって。
Oh my god, basing his entire personality on a piece of meat he likes, just like me, for real, for real. Not really. I missed the line.
食べようとした。
Oh, I see.
雪男は人を食べるんですか。
さあ、雪男の生態はよく分かってないし、じゃなかったらお嫁さんにしようとしたとか。
ポチさんは男ですよ。
じゃあ奴隷にして身の回りの世話を。
私思うんですけど、雪男も友達が欲しかったんじゃないでしょうか。
Oh my god, I wanted a friends and we just threw rocks at it.
遊び相手が欲しかったんですよ。次に会ったらお友達になれる気がします。
みんなが雪みたいだったら世界中から戦争がなくなるよね。
Oh my god, another Yuki conversation. I can make it up for lost time with her just not being in the group, I guess.
1年前。
Oh, actually, hold on. Was she in the opening cutscene, in the opening part?
何か事故があって。
The flash forward looking? Because I just realized, like, because I did not notice that she was, if she was there, but she wasn't in the following Death Game segment. I did not notice. Because if she wasn't there, then my question is like, well, where did she go? Or what's, I don't know.
レイチョウは半年前に転校してきたから事故のことは知らないのよ。それに
Oh,
あのことは
backstory.
誰も話したがらないと思うわ。そうでしたか。すみません。辛いことがあったんですね。みんな自分を責めてるのよ。あれは私のせいだって。あの子があんな風になってしまったのは。この話はおしまい。私も早く忘れたいの。
あの遊園地で目覚めて以来、わけのわからんことばかりやけど、一番わからへんのはお前らの使うおかしな力や。レイチョはこっついもん投げおるし、モーちゃんは鉄になって、シュウコは口から。
Just thinking about the pacing of the game, I feel like
お前らなんや。
we're gonna get all the powers like shortly before. Like I feel like we're gonna get like, we're not getting to a point where we have all the powers and then the game can just like, you know, yeah, the game like, oh yeah, like the tutorial is gonna go through the end of the game, I think, but just the way it's going.
わいはもっとごっつい力使うてみせたろで。
Because like 2 levels and 3 characters with powers, so yeah, I don't know. That said, I do wonder how they're gonna handle the fact that this party's split because that, you know, there's presumably a whole other route where Rachel, unless it's a false choice where I wasn't actually able to go the other way, because I expect I'd learn about other characters' powers going that way. So maybe there's just gonna be characters. I don't know how it's gonna work.
んのこと尊敬しとるんやな。当たり前や。あれこそ男の中の男、リーダーの中のリーダーや。仲間に対してはいつも公平で寛容で、それでいて目標へと厳しく導いてくれる。辛い時、困ってる時、途方に暮れた時、ニーヤには何度も助けてもろた。今は離れ離れになってもうてんけど、ワイは誓ったんや。今度会う時までにニーヤンに負けないくらいかっこええ男になるってな。だからレイチョ、お前には絶対に負けられへんのや。
Okay. Yep, I think that's one more. And then we're gonna call it. Oh, another fucking earthquake.
私自身こんなに地震が多いと揺れてなくても揺れてる気がしてくるわ。もしかしたら私たちが遊園地で眠ってる間にとんでもない大地震があって、みんなよその国に避難しちゃったとかって。そんなわけないか。大地震があったらもっと街はめちゃくちゃになってるわよね。そう考えると余計に気味悪くなってきたわ。
Alright. We're all good. Oh no, there's gonna be one more dialogue after. That's right.
みんなちょっと来て。
何よ、どないしてん。
落ち着いて聞いてもらいたいんだけど。
一番落ち着かなあかんのは。
一体何があったっていうのよ。
あのね、大分派のみんなと交信できないかと思って。
Yep, we're almost done. Thank you. I'm glad you liked it.
シーバーの周波数をいじってみたんだけど、そしたらまあとにかく聞いてみてよ。
Thank you for joining in and giving me someone to talk to, because I just can't seem to think of something to talk about when I'm alone. Okay.
今のって
大分派のみんなの声じゃ。
ってことはまさか。
そう、僕ら頑張る組以外にも。
I'm reminded of the quote about the universe where it's like we're either completely alone or there's other life out there, and both options are equally terrifying. All right, that does it. Next time we're gonna go to Ehime, I suppose. So yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out as always. Much appreciated. So yeah, next expect streams around this time on Sunday, and yeah, we're gonna play more of this game. In the meantime, it definitely doesn't seem like I don't know, super long game, but it'll be a thing. All the lights and the stars are our friends. That's definitely a better mentality. Like going to what Yuki was talking about, how it's like, oh, maybe the Yetis just wanted friends. It's like, yeah, less war. So anyway, all right. Thanks everybody for hanging out, and I'll catch you guys next time.